Our next guest is the famous Maggi Spartz. Maggie, thank you for coming today. Maggie has been a great friend to Dunebrook, as the Unity Foundation has through many years. And maybe, Maggie, you can tell us a little bit about what your position is with Unity. How we all know this, that you've been there forever and a day, and what you've done for Dunebrook. Maybe you could start out and tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Unity.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad to be here today to see everybody. It's just great to be in this beautiful facility. And I remember when you were putting this addition on and how everybody came together in the community to do this. So it was great. Unity Foundation is what's known as a community foundation, and we were started by the people of LaPorte County for the people of LaPorte County back in the early 1990s. In fact, Dunebrook got started in 90, right? And I remember the whole big deal about announcing what this was all about, although Dunebrook had been 10 years in the making even before that. So that was, again, a group of dedicated people who saw a need. But people saw a need for a community foundation, too. Plus, at that time, Lilly Endowment was kind of dangling some money in front of us. And that's why we have our name, Unity Foundation. We know it's confusing with United Way. We know that. We didn't think about that at the time. But Lilly Endowment was encouraging communities to start these things because they felt that it was a good strategic thing for the state of Indiana to do. And so they had a challenge match, and they were educating people, and so there was a group in LaPorte, a group in Michigan City, each going to start their own community foundation. And finally, at one of these introductory meetings, the consultant, who was a woman, said, wait a minute, you're from LaPorte County, and you're from LaPorte County, maybe you don't work together, we're not going to give you any money. So that's how we got our name, Unity Foundation.
I never knew that. That's great. That's great, Maggie.
Yeah, so it's cool. And then Bob Schaefer from NIPSCO was the loaned executive, so he was the first, CEO of the Unity Foundation, which I love that story. But they also, Bob was doing his other full-time job. So we need someone who gets up every morning and thinks about Unity Foundations. So I had just finished up as a volunteer doing a countywide strategic planning process and got noticed by the people putting the foundation together. So I was 12. And the rest is history. So I've been here, since that time. And it's just been a great journey because my background is in business and marketing, but my passion is in bringing those skills to the community while I'm feeding my family. Kind of have to
absolutely
the same thing. So that's how we are here. But I'm real excited because there was a time in the beginning when we were just trying to explain to people what Unity is. And so we're a community foundation, but most of the money we raise, we don't actually spend. We invest it and then make a stream of income forever. And the Dunebrook Board of Directors at that time said, we think that's a good idea. We think we're going to be around for a long time, so we should have an endowment fund that will help diversify our funding stream. Of which Dunebrook has benefited from that now.
We have.
You still have to raise money.
Yes.
But there's one paycheck you're going to get every year that you didn't have to go raise that money.
And we were your first agency endowment.
You were. Yeah. And we took no money from Dunebrook. It was actually the board members who each ponied up. 5 of them ponied up $1,000 each, which,
that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Right.
And now the fund is close to $250,000.
Right.
So, and you get like 5% of that every year.
Sure.
So, and if that were $1 million, that would be even better.
Right.
So we love talking about planned giving and how people grow their endowment funds, nonprofit funds, and so forth. So that's just how the fund got started.
Well, that's wonderful, Maggie. You're being very modest, but Maggie not only directs the Unity Foundation, but just in the community and with all the non-for-profits, Maggie is a tremendous leader and is very good about connecting people and organizations with each other. And she's always taking notes, and I'm going to call this person because I just heard this. And we'll talk about the vibrant communities after a bit. But why don't you tell us about the planned giving, Maggie?
So in my former life, I was a life insurance agent, and it was in Chicago with Northwestern Mutual, and they taught me about the science and art of building a client base. So I learned a lot about financial planning, business succession planning, taxation, and all those things. And then wanted to move back home, so I'm from here originally, and graduated Rogers High School,
Yay!
And came back. Yeah, it was the
all
country
good.
school. Yeah,
Right.
it was. Yeah, so and so moved back here, and then got involved with community organizations like Leadership LaPorte County
Yeah.
and so forth, and that was great. But I never forgot what I learned in the life insurance sales area. And I like talking about what happens when you pass on,
Right.
because your financial life lives on
Right.
9 months to 2 years longer after you pass. So if you're not planning for that, then you're going to create a lot of problems for your family, because
Right.
the state of Indiana has it all figured
Right.
out. And if
Right.
you don't like the way they figured it out, you might want to have your own plan, because you've got one whether you know
Right,
it or
and
not.
can I just interrupt for a minute, Maggie? I think most people don't understand that if you don't plan for when you pass away, it causes problems for your family. So what you do, Maggie, is you help individuals, not only individually but online, to understand what are the options. I know it seems like a difficult topic for people to talk about, but
Yeah, so Unity made an investment in an online resource. Now, I am not a financial planner now. I am not licensed.
right, there's you get nothing from doing
No,
this.
and I'm not allowed to give
Right.
advice, but we can give information. And so this book is called Provide and Protect. It's about your important life decisions. We are giving these away, so if you want to know more about that, you can call our office at 879-0327. Haven't called that number in a while, 879-0327. You'll talk to probably Jamie Miller, and she's our development officer. But also, you could just go online, go to uflc.net, Unity Foundation, LaPorte County, uflc.net, and all of that is right on our plan giving portal, which is a picture of a beach. So you go to our homepage, and there's a picture of a beach. Click on the beach, and you can actually go in and just read stuff, or you can open your own little portal and then start answering. It kind of takes you through a tutorial, and then you can also put your own information in there. So then you have it
nice.
all in one place,
Wow.
so that if I did get hit by the beer truck or the bus or
Sure.
whatever, my husband knows where all this stuff is.
Oh, that's
'Cause I do
great.
that part in the family, and he does
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
So, it helps people to kind of get it together. So then, but in order to really finish it, you need to talk to an attorney.
Yes.
And possibly an accountant.
Yes.
And so, but what you do is you save money, because you've done all the prep work before you walk in to see that
Right.
attorney, because they have to draw up the papers for you, and they'll make sure that you get it the way you want it.
Right.
And then if they're good, they'll keep a copy of it too. So again, so it keeps your wishes your way.
Yeah.
So then, again, you walk in, you've got everything ready, then they can do the part that they do, instead of billing you for 3 hours to get all the information, together, because
Right.
most people don't have it together. So get it together, then go see your
Right.
your professional, and you can, get the documents drafted and signed and all those things.
Right.
So that's really, you have to finish it. You can't get
Right.
halfway there. You have
Right.
to have a signed agreement, otherwise the state of
It's
Indiana's.
invalid.
Yeah, the state of Indiana's rules.
Sure,
Rule.
apply, right. And I guess the idea too, Maggie, is don't wait till you're 80 or 90 years old. You really need to do it now, and for the obvious reason.
Well, especially anyone with children, don't wait. You need to
Right.
decide who is going to take care of your kids if you're not here.
Right.
Otherwise, well, I could tell you a bunch of bad stories, and
Oh,
I
I'm
don't want
sure.
to. So if you want to make sure that the right person takes
Right.
care of your child or
Right.
dog, could be
Right.
your pet too, not
Right.
just your children. You should really start as soon as you start having a
Right.
family. And a simple will is really
Right.
simple. It doesn't cost that much, and
Right.
get it taken care of.
And I would say not only young children, but even adult children, because we had a family we knew who did not do this, and the parents passed away, and it caused terrific animosity
Oh,
between
the
the
siblings,
adult
yeah.
children. So this way, it's I think it's a morally appropriate, responsible thing to do.
It is. It really is. And
Right.
The first time you do your will, it feels a little weird, because you think, oh, now I'm going to die.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Right.
and then then like the next time you're like, oh, you just feel better.
Right.
You feel better. It's like getting your kitchen sink cleaned, or doing
Right.
that closet that you have. I mean, you just feel
Yes.
get your car
Right.
tuned up. You just feel like
Right.
you're going to be safer, and everything's going
Right.
to be taken care of.
Right, it's an insurance policy for many, many things. Maggie, thank you. And again, thank you. With the board of directors, your board through all the years has just been tremendous, and I know you have such a great personality that you help coordinate all those relationships and the movement forward of unity. You've helped the community so much, Maggie. I don't know.
Well,
if you wanna
Unity
talk-
has granted out almost $20 million now
$20
since we
million.
got started, which is
Wow.
and that's from earnings from the endowed funds.
Right.
And special projects.
Sure.
And Dunebrook's been one of our beneficiaries over the years. You guys have been great about applying to our Power for Good Fund for
Yeah.
grants. We
Right.
funded those body,
Yes.
awareness programs. We funded the forensic training for our law enforcement.
Yeah.
We've
The family.
yeah, the
depot.
depot.
Right.
Yeah, Pam's written most of those grants. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's been great because we can't do the work that I don't
Right.
want to do the work that you guys do. I mean, it's a
Right.
tough job.
Right.
I'd rather raise money any day
Right.
than.
I know, but and Maggie, what you do, I just know the celebratory luncheon that you have does great. It's great benefit for everyone, and there's it's got to be 100 people at least at that luncheon. 200. Oh. 200
Not
people.
this year, though.
Yeah, at this yearly luncheon. And not only is it a celebration of all the nonprofits that Unity supports, but for us to see that other people are working hard to try to strengthen our community, and that you and your board are so supportive of that. Because on a bad day, when we're having bad days, it's so nice to know that you're working hard to support us, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not only the money, Maggie, but it's the idea and the philosophy that we all need to work together to build a community.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say, hard to do, but you've been doing it for all these years, and we're just really appreciative.
Well, thank you. And we have great nonprofits that collaborate compared to our neighbors.
Right.
Neighboring counties, LaPorte County is by far the most collaborative
Right.
county of any of them. So that's how we've been able to get
That's
so
really
much
nice
done.
to hear. That's nice to hear. And that is about trusting and picking up the phone and calling someone and asking XYZ question. And lastly, maybe Maggie, tell us about the vibrant communities that's going on.
Yeah, so we, to make a long story short, we partnered with the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau and raised some money, and we hired a firm to help us create a community engagement process to bring the community together to decide what do we want for LaPorte County. And
Right.
what is LaPorte County? Like there's at least 15 different kind of communities or towns in LaPorte County,
Right.
so we're pretty big. And then what do people want? So we were just finishing that up when COVID,
Yeah.
the crisis hit. So,
Right.
but we are reconvening, getting that group. There's
Great.
66 action items that came out of it. We
Right.
engaged 1,000 people.
I remember being at the meeting at Blue Chip. It was huge. Another
and,
hundreds.
and we engaged, it was great. We engaged the African American community, the LGBT community, the homeless, youth, the Latinx community. You know, we had separate kind of groups just because we figured their responses might be different, and they were.
Right.
Their concerns are different.
Right.
Very real, though,
Yes.
and so that's, we learned a lot. And a couple things came out of it. One is for sure we need to have a housing action agenda.
Yeah.
We do not have, and it's been a long time, we do not have adequate housing for anybody, really. It's old. 70% of our housing in LaPorte County is over 40 years old. And we need a place for people to want to move into.
Yes.
Whether it's
To bring businesses.
right. Well, you can't, nobody's been able to get a physician to actually live in LaPorte County for decades now. That's
Right.
been going on because we
Right.
don't have the right kind of housing.
Right.
But there's also, we need workforce housing too for people to be our teachers and our policemen and so forth
Right.
and so on.
Right.
So we're gonna hopefully be putting that together in conjunction with the county. The other thing was to support our entrepreneurial ecosystem because in the region. So we are starting a tool called nwibizhub.com, and it's going to be a searchable database, not done yet, of resources for anyone who wants to start a business or grow their business.
Wow.
To be connected with resources, whether it's a mom on the west side, maybe over by Crystal's church that wants to start an in-home daycare, or whether it's somebody who has this high-tech idea that wants to build a prototype and save the world. We
Right.
want to be able to have resources for everyone to go. So
Right.
we're collecting those now,
Right.
and we're just very excited about the fact that we've never had this before.
Right.
And the time is, well, overdue, but
Yeah.
the time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Right.
The time to do it is now,
Right.
if you haven't done it 20 years
Right.
ago. So.
But again, Maggie, I remember being at the Vibrant Communities meeting, and you're like, oh gosh, what is this? Are we just meeting? We know what the problems are. No, we don't know what the problems are. And when Maggie talks about gathering all those different communities together and hearing from each other what the problems are, we can better come to solutions. And for those of the community that might be somewhat removed from that world, this is about growing LaPorte County. You have to look at the needs of all groups in order for us to be stronger, really. And I don't know that some people understand that.
Right. Well, it's hard to get. We're not going to get everyone engaged, but we hope it's like more of a movement that people, even if they miss the first part, they can get on and help us.
Right.
Because these are big action items that
Right.
came up, and no one group can do anything.
Right,
Really, we
right.
all have to work
Right.
together to do that. So,
Yeah.
and I hope some really good things come out of it. I want to build talent from that. I
Wow.
want people that were engaged or want to get engaged to say, I really like to do that for my community.
Right.
All right, let's
Yeah.
support you and help
Sure.
you to do that, whether you're in La Crosse, Westville, or on the west side of Michigan City. We want to
Right.
empower people to
Right.
take control of and build what they want for their communities, not what I want.
Right.
What do they want? And we've
Right.
heard a lot of that, a lot
Yeah.
of good aspirations. But in general, we now have a new vision statement for LaPorte County, and it's more inclusive than it was from the earlier 1992
Right.
process, and it includes health this time.
That's
Health
great.
is really important. So, yeah, we're excited about the future. We'll come back on the show
Oh, would love that,
time
Maggie.
later and talk about that more specifically about what we've done.
Yeah.
But we're making progress on it, but we've got to keep going.
Right.
So,
Keep working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Consistently. Right.
Yeah, because without a vision,
you don't know where to go.
No.
Yeah. Navigate. Right, Maggie?
right?
Maggie, our sailor gal, knows how to navigate very
I do.
well.
If you
Yes,
don't know where you're going, you're going to end up wherever you
Right,
end up.
lost.
And-
So, Maggie, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your talent and your compassion and really your passion for what you do. It's very evident when you're leading groups, and we are really a better community for having you lead us in many ways. So
You're
thank you.
welcome.
And Crystal, thank you for being here. Likewise, Crystal's a fabulous leader and with so many great ideas and talent, and we all benefit from both of you. So thank you so much. Is there anything else, Maggie, before we end?
No, but just remind people if they would like to learn more about plan giving, or you want to give the Dune Brooks Fund at Unity, just go to uflc.net and click on donate.
Wonderful.
But if you want to help them today, just send them right.
Yeah,
to
there you go.
Dune Brook,
Right to
because
Dune Brook.
It's
Thank you, Maggie.
it's an important organization.